Hi, so now I'm going to talk to you about taking my ASVAB. Now, this will be connected to my MEPS experience video, but this is just talking about my ASVAB experience. So I went to the testing site. I was a late tester, meaning I was one of the last ones that went. I tested at about 4:30 in the afternoon. I didn't get out of there till 7:30. So make sure that you, obviously, that's all you're going to be doing for half a day, taking your ASVAB. My recruiter picked me up that morning, had to get some paperwork done, took me to the MEP site. Right off the bat, make sure that you have your social security and your ID. You're going to need these the entire MEPS process, but definitely when you take your ASVAB. So, walked in there, they took my picture, wear comfortable clothes, obviously look semi-professional, just don't wear sweats, is what I'll say. Walked in there, they already had pencils, scratch paper lined up, ready to go. There's a room of computers. A lot of other people were already testing, so like I said, I was one of the last ones that took their test. So started taking my test. Just make sure that you focus on the question that they're asking you. Don't let your mind wander at other things, thinking about other tests. You focus on the test that they give you. That's like the number one thing, because there was arithmetic reasoning I wasn't that good at. I think I just second guessed myself, and on a lot of the questions it timed out on me and it said, "Are you sure you're doing okay?" Have someone come, and they had to type in a password to let me keep doing my test. So don't take too long on a question. That was my biggest thing, that I blanked out, started thinking about other things I was nervous about. The next day I was thinking about other things. Make sure that you focus on the question that they're asking you right then. Another thing, just don't look at anyone else's stuff. I got so distracted because there was a guy right next to me that had already, he only had 2 more subtests to go and he was done. I was freaking out because I thought I was going slow. Take your time. Make sure that you just relax, let the questions come to you. Take your time, because I was freaking out. I was like, I'm going to be the last one out of here. That's fine if you are, because you have a set time, but you have a lot of time. So just relax and take your test. Make sure you eat beforehand. You can't have water or anything in that room, or at least for me you couldn't. They really don't want you to take any bathroom breaks during it, so just be cautious of that. It went really good. I mean, they don't give you another scratch paper. That's what I noticed. I used up my entire front and back scratch paper. I had to erase certain spots so I could write more on it. Use that scratch paper to your advantage, but remember that they don't give you another one. I'm sure if you were to ask, but they really don't like to waste their time there. They only like to say things once. So I took my ASVAB. It was pretty good. There's 9 subtests to the ASVAB, and it seemed fine. I was pretty well rested. Make sure you get lots of rest taking it. At the end of it, since I'm going into the Navy, I had to take 2 other tests, and my Navy, the first test, it had a list of 9 household things, just names of a desk, a boss, random words. I don't even know. Just marked 1, 2, 3, 4, all the way to 9. And then with each of those, there was a code. So boss would have had 2, 7, 6, 5. And so down under it is a chart, and it has column A, B, C, D, and there's a ton of numbers, different number combinations. And you have to find 2, 8, 7, 6, 5, or whatever number I said. You have to find that in the column, and then you pick the right answer. And they kept listing, you had to keep finding codes for everything, remembering the code and all of that. It wasn't that hard. Just make sure you focus. Like I said, these are timed, and you get timed. It counts if you get the correct answer. So you want to get as many correct as you can. So obviously you want to hurry up, but you want to be consistent and accurate. So that was one of them. I think I did pretty good. I don't know. And then the other one was really hard, and it had, well, for me at least, because I have trouble remembering what goes where and stuff. And this test had three different lines, and the lines are 5. And each, there will appear a box above or below the line, and you have to, so if the line is 5 and there's a box above it, you add 1, so that would be 6. And if it's below it, you subtract 1, so it's 4. And in each 3 of these things, there's 3 little lines. They're going to be going, there's going to be a box up here, a box down here on the next line, and a box up. So you have to remember what is added for this one, what's subtracted or added for this one, what's subtracted, and then you have to enter that 3-digit number at the end. So you have to remember what number goes with each. So it was kind of hard. That's kind of, I don't know even know if I explained it right, but just so you have an idea, if you're going into the Navy, that's a test that you'll have to take. Because for me, I just thought I was taking my ASVAB and that was it. So I was kind of like, oh, what? Like, I have to take another test? Not that bad. It only took like 10 minutes probably for the 2 tests. And then you're done. So I left the testing center. I was second to last. I was so embarrassed. I walked into the room and everyone's done testing. They're waiting on me and the other guy that had to finish their test. But everyone else had a paper in their hand. And I was kind of confused, and so I asked one of the girls beside me what the paper was, and she goes, it's my score. And so I was kind of nervous because I didn't get a score. I didn't know what that meant. To me, it meant I didn't pass, or they sent it to my recruiter because I didn't pass. So I was kind of, I don't know what to do. Should I go? Should I call my recruiter? So when we got to the hotel, we all got in a shuttle and we went to the hotel, and I called my recruiter, and I guess they sent them to him. And my recruiter, he joked around with me, and he said he's going to have to pick me up. I got a 29, and for the Navy you have to get at least 50. And so I was like almost in tears. I was so nervous, crushed, because this is all I want to do, and I just failed the ASVAB. And just kidding. I ended up getting a really good score, and I was so happy. I got better than I thought I would. So bottom line, make sure that you get a lot of rest, that you eat before you go in there, you go to the bathroom before you go in there, you drink enough water, you study. I cannot stress enough how important studying was. If I wouldn't have studied, I would have not gotten a good score on that thing. So make sure you study. Number one thing. I'll post another video about what I did to study. Maybe that'll help you. I know a lot of other YouTube videos help me study, and I hope this is helpful. Thank you.